September 1983, the USS Portsmouth, SSN707, arrived off the Isles of Shoals on its way to the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. The shipyard had been chosen as the site of the commissioning ceremony to mark the acceptance of this new submarine into the operating forces of the United States Navy. Ships are usually commissioned at or near their construction sites, but the Navy elected to recognize Portsmouth, New Hampshire, by sending the ship here to join the U.S. Navy. This was the first commissioning ceremony at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard in slightly more than 12 years. Built by General Dynamics in Groton, Connecticut, the submarine was the fourth ship of the fleet to bear the name USS Portsmouth. One aspect of the commissioning that was particularly significant was the arrival of the first Los Angeles-class submarine at this shipyard. By the end of this decade, the shipyard's workload could be based almost entirely on Los Angeles-class submarines. The technological marvel at berth 6 was the first of several that will arrive in the 80s. The Los Angeles-class submarine is the backbone of the American attack sub-fleet. In the qualities that really count in an attack submarine, stealth, endurance, and firepower, the Los Angeles-class submarine is the best in the world. The Navy has 48 of them, either built, authorized, or in various stages of construction. With another 24 called for in the Navy's 5-year plan, the Los Angeles class promises to be the largest class of nuclear submarine built by any nation. Once the USS Portsmouth was tied up at berth 6, the officers and crew began preparations for a series of activities that would precede the actual commissioning ceremony. Tours of the submarine were scheduled for distinguished guests, shipyard workers, shipyard managers, relatives, and friends. Visitors were attracted by the aura of secrecy, of quiet strength, high technology, and intrigue. And that's just the way the Navy likes it, mysterious and classified. This was a rare opportunity for the curious to explore the narrow passageways past racks of sophisticated electronic devices, anti-submarine torpedoes, and harpoon-guided missiles.
Sorry.
How you doing, Chief? Good. Good.
Aircraft carrier.
He knew better than we do.
Battery problem?
I'm not sure. We can check it though.
We can steer the torpedo from the control the tech center if we want it to go someplace, and if we change our mind, we can tell it to go to some other place. Normally, older torpedoes, people thought that they would explode on impact. These ones don't. They explode about 6 to 8 feet.
This is our wardroom here. It's show movies and the officers eat here and the stereo. Turns into an operating table if you ever need it. And couch, you can turn that into 2 racks. Not much. Yeah.
Nice compared to the old one.
Did you like your submarine?
Lots of fun, huh?
Shell down there.
I always bring my pocketbook.
No, give me my book.
Once the tours were complete, the crew invited their relatives and close friends to join them for dinner on the boat.
Smile, Will. You're on candid camera.
Preparation for the commissioning ceremony included rehearsals by the officers and crew. While they were rehearsing, workmen were erecting bleachers and making arrangements to receive the audience.
Bandmaster, sound off. Crew and their families who provided so much support should be proud of their contribution to the U.S. Navy and the defense posture of the United States. 24th Los Angeles class submarine, Portsmouth becomes a valued member of the most advanced class of attack submarines in the world.
What I'd like to do now is ask you to come back here also. I'd like to have you do the ladder routine since I'm not up to that.
Well, we're very pleased to be here. The ship coming up here is an unusual event, as you all know, and if you've been reading the newspapers, we've managed to get good coverage, but the fact that the ship is being commissioned out of its building yard home port is pretty significant. And based on the response we've gotten now here in the shipyard with the cities and so forth, we think it was really merited, and we're glad that the Secretary of the Navy in his infinite wisdom decided to let us come up here. Now,
He's not new qualified yet, so. Need a procedure.
hey, wait a minute, it's level.
A party at the Kittery Naval Museum provided an opportunity for Maine residents to reaffirm their claim that the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard is actually in Kittery, Maine.
This is Joe Sawtell, one of the most attractive, quiet fellows you ever saw in your life. Thank you. Thank you. Would you like the paid commercial? Thank you very much. I'm not really a Navy person, so I'm not sure how this long glass participates in the commissioning ceremonies, but on behalf of the city of Portsmouth and the Portsmouth Submarine Memorial Association, I'd like to present this to Captain Olson of the USS Portsmouth, and welcome to our city, Captain. Thank you so much.
The commissioning ceremony marks the acceptance of a ship as a unit of the operating forces of the United States Navy. This becomes the responsibility of the commanding officer at the moment the commissioning pennant is broken.
It is my pleasure to introduce Captain Donald M. Olson, prospective commanding officer of USS Portsmouth.
Senator Humphrey, Mr. and Mrs. Goodrich, Admiral Carter, Mayor Weeks, Mayor Johansson, many distinguished guests, crew of Portsmouth, friends and families of the Portsmouth crew, and friends and citizens of the cities of Portsmouth. I welcome you all to the most significant event in life of the ship you see before you, her commissioning and change of status from an active unit of the United States Navy. In a short while, I will be directed to place Portsmouth in commission. Following that, the Air Force Band of New England will play our national anthem.
I am honored to present Captain Robert F. Fox, Supervisor of Shipbuilding Conversion and Repair, United States Navy, Groton.
Mrs. Goodrich, Senator Humphrey, Secretary Goodrich, Admiral Carter, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and officers and men of the Portsmouth. I am pleased to quote the following message from the commander of the Naval Sea Systems Command to Captain Olson. Quote, "Congratulations to you and your crew on the commissioning of Portsmouth. The hard work and many hours contributed by the commissioning crew to bring your ship to this occasion is acknowledged. This commissioning marks the entry into the fleet of the 15th Los Angeles class nuclear-powered submarine built by General Dynamics Electric Boat Division. SSN707 is the fourth ship to bear the name Portsmouth."
A major highlight of the ceremony is the reading of the commissioning order, commanding Captain Olson to place the USS Portsmouth in commission.
From the Chief of Naval Operations to Commander Submarine Force, United States Atlantic Fleet. Subject, commissioning order for Portsmouth, SSN707. When Portsmouth, SSN707, is ready in all respects on or about 1 October 1983, you are directed to place her in commission and direct the commanding officer to report by message to the Commander-in-Chief, United States Atlantic Fleet, for duty in the Submarine Force, United States Atlantic Fleet. Signed, James D. Watkins, Chief of Naval Operations. Captain Olson, place Portsmouth in commission and assume command of Portsmouth.
Aye, aye, sir.
I will now read my orders. Bupers Orders 2423, dated 30 August 1983. Subject, change of duty order for Captain Donald M. Olson, United States Navy. Upon commissioning USS Portsmouth, SSN707, report to immediate superior in command for duty as commanding officer, USS Portsmouth, SSN707. Signed, Lando W. Zeck, Vice Admiral, U.S. Navy, Chief of Naval Personnel. Lieutenant Commander Talipsky, place Portsmouth in commission.
Aye, sir. Guests, please rise. Bandmaster, sound off.
The commissioning pennant has for centuries been a symbol of a man of war. It is believed to date from the 17th century when the Dutch were at war with the English. British Admiral William Blake hoisted a horsewhip to his masthead, indicating his intention to chastise the Dutch. The victorious British thus set the precedent for the long, narrow commissioning pennant to symbolize the original horsewhip as the distinctive symbol of a ship of war. The modern U.S. Navy commissioning pennant is blue at the hoist with a union of 7 white stars and a horizontal red and white stripe at the fly.
Admiral Carter, Portsmouth is in commission. I have assumed command of United States ship Portsmouth. Very well. Welcome to the fleet. Thank you, sir. Lieutenant Commander Talipsky, set the watch.
Aye, sir. Lieutenant Commander Rankin, set the watch on deck, first section.
Aye, sir.
Humphrey, I request permission to break your flag, sir.
Break my flag.
Lieutenant Commander Talipsky, break the flag of Senator Humphrey.
Aye, sir. Bandmaster, sound off.
The Undersecretary of the Navy, the Honorable James F. Goodrich.
It is a very important event in the United States Navy to commission another one into the fleet. And this is especially true in these very troubled times in the world when our maritime posture is becoming more and more important to the security of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you today this distinguished Senator, Gordon J. Humphrey.
The community, the seacoast of our state, the men and women associated with the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard are proud of you and proud that this vessel bears the name of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. May this commissioning ceremony mark the beginning of a long friendship between each of you and your successors and the people of our state. May you and your boat return here often. May you sail in peace.
Guests, please rise. Chaplain Condon will offer the benediction. Personnel in uniform remain covered.
Let us pray. May the Lord bless us and keep us. May his face shine on us this day. May the Lord look kindly on the newly commissioned United States ship Portsmouth, her officers and crew. May the Lord expand our own vision to see that our nation's strength lies not in metal that rusts, but in the spirit of the men who proudly wear the uniform and serve on board. Bless the men of Portsmouth, their devoted families, and our nation on this glorious day. Amen.
The proper way to celebrate a commissioning is with a full-scale Maine, New Hampshire-style clam bake. The officers and crew of the USS Portsmouth were enthusiastic participants.
At this time, I'd like to present the commanding officer two pictures, one of the original Portsmouth and of the original Portsmouth crew.
There you go. Oh.
Which is the last one that's gone? We don't know what I can do. Okay?
Like this one.
Whoa! Let's have all the luck. Let's try it by yourself. Oh, we can't have them up there. Say when, Will.
Oh my God.
Right down here.
The black stuff. All right, over here. Okay.
Along the river slow to the sea. Portsmouth area has contributed significantly to our country's maritime heritage. Over the years, the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard built 42 ships and 134 submarines. In 1944, 31 submarines were constructed, the greatest number of submarines built by any shipyard in a single calendar year. Although the USS Portsmouth was not constructed at this shipyard, it is the first Los Angeles-class submarine to come here. By the end of this decade, the shipyard's workload will be based almost entirely on this class submarine. To the USS Portsmouth, we wish you fair winds and a following sea.
Let's go.